And coming to the roles and responsibilities of mine, I'll just do the migrations, like, the old legacy systems, the old servers which are running in on premises, that will shift to Azure cloud computing. And also we'll take up many different types of migrations, like as is migration and full migration, and we are having lift and shift migration, variety of different types of migrations that I'll do. I'll also give the complete infrastructure support end to end, even for the existing business applications, which is, running or hosted in Azure cloud computing. And coming to my certifications, I have done multiple certifications in cloud computing, and I'm also a Microsoft certified trainer. And recently I have been recognized as MCT from Microsoft Corporation, and I do teach in many other institutes as well. So it's an opportunity for me that I got an opportunity here to teach in PSF as well. This is about my introduction. And coming to the definition of cloud computing, as like Nadeem has given a fantastic demo, good presentation and all, but I'll just walk you through in a very different manner, where I'll just make you understand in a very layman terms what is cloud computing. Okay, why cloud computing came into existence, then why the entire IT industry is adopting cloud computing. Okay, this very few basic fundamental points we'll understand, because see guys, learn anything, do anything, first we should understand why it is, why I'm learning this, why I have to learn this, and in which way, how it is going to benefit for me. Okay, this whys first you have to understand. Then definitely the subject is very big. There are many concepts, many modules that we are going to cover in this course curriculum, no doubt. So the few basic things that I'm going to explain today to all of you is, what is cloud computing? Why cloud computing came into existence? Okay, why cloud computing came into existence. Then next, why the entire IT industry is adopting cloud computing. Okay, these few basic things we'll understand. I'm not going to give any presentation because it's a very good presentation. It's we have understood in a very high level about the presentation that what we have seen from Nadeem. And now we'll just pick up in a little bit slighter or different format, so that it won't be boring and helpful for us to understand. See now, what is cloud computing? What is cloud computing? See, for everything, people have a different definition as per their as per their understanding or as per their grasping and all, whatever it is. Okay, so I'll say what is cloud computing. I'm saying it is a type of computing that relies on shared computing resources rather than having local or personal devices to maintain, manage, monitor, build, or deploy the business applications. See, just focus on each and every word, guys, here. Definitely, we are going to understand this definition into very much detail. I'm saying it is one type of computing that relies on shared computing resources. I'm saying shared computing resources rather than having local or personal devices. I'm saying rather than having local or personal devices, okay, to maintain, manage, monitor, build, or deploy the business applications. Now, I'm saying that what is a business application now? Next question. What do I mean by business application? I'm saying that cloud computing we are using to maintain, manage, monitor, build, and deploy the business application. Now, next question, what is a business application? Guys, see, I'm just taking you in such a way that even if you won't understand cloud computing, spelling, if you don't know cloud computing spelling also, don't worry. I'm just taking you through in a very deep manner from the very, very scratch. Okay, fine. This is the definition I have given. Now I'm making you understand what is a business application. See, Any application which is hosted on internet and which is fulfilling need of an end user and also generating revenue for the company. That is a business application. That is a business application. Okay. Example. I believe this English is very simple for everyone to understand. Saying any application which is hosted on internet and which is fulfilling the need of an end user and also generating the revenue for the company. That is a business application. Example, bigbasket.com. Okay. Next, netflix.com. Next, indigo.com. All these are basically the applications which is applications which is hosted on internet, right? Very true. And it is fulfilling the need of an end user. End user means who, guys? We are the end users. Example, I want to book a ticket. Okay, I want to book a ticket. I want to travel to Bangalore. So what will you do? You will book a ticket from Hyderabad to Bangalore. So what will you do? You will open this indigo.com application. Okay, and then you will book a ticket based upon your requirement, so and so date, so and so flight, whatever it is, blah blah. So what this application is doing, this application is fulfilling your need as an end user. It is also generating the revenue for the Indigo company, and also it is hosted on an internet which is available to each and everyone. Correct or not, guys? Indigo.com will be open, okay, in the browser to anyone, right? Correct or not? So this is an example of the business application. Same goes to netflix.com also. If you want to watch any movies, any web series and all, what we'll do, we'll take a subscription for 3 months, 6 months, whatever it is. Okay, so we are getting our stuff what we want, basically the subscription, and also the Netflix company is generating the revenue. Fine. And example, the same for BigBasket also. You need vegetables, groceries, blah blah, whatever it is, you are getting your stuff whatever you need. Okay, you are paying the amount in return, and also the BigBasket company is generating the revenue. These are the examples of business applications. Now, who is developing these applications? These are basically softwares, right? The applications are what? These applications are basically softwares which is hosted on an internet. Who is generating this? Who is developing this? Who is maintaining this? Corporates, right? Corporates are maintaining this, developing this applications. Right. Now, who are the corporates? Corporates are TCS, HCL, Infosys, okay, oh my god, the list just goes on. Okay, these corporates are developing these softwares, these applications, using IT professionals like us. So what has happened here, these corporates were developing these applications almost from 25, 30, 40 years, correct? Whenever internet has, came in the world, okay, right from that time, there was many different applications which is hosted on internet, and these corporates were only developing, maintaining all these applications. Very true. But what was happening here from 30, 40 years, all these corporates were developing these applications, okay, using their local or personal devices, But what I am saying here in cloud computing definition, I am saying that it is no more needed to go for local and personal devices. I'm saying rather than having local or personal devices, I'm saying. So before cloud computing, any corporate, any company which needs to develop these applications, then these corporates were having their local or personal devices. It could be on their own accountability. They will maintain this on their own. Else, they would be giving to some third-party vendor. It could be anyone, but more or less, definitely, it will be under their responsibility and all this stuff. Fine. So I'm saying now, after cloud computing came into existence, these corporates is no more required to maintain all this infrastructure, data center, servers, every single thing on their own. Okay. After cloud computing came into existence, what cloud providers are saying? Who are the cloud providers, guys? Azure, AWS, okay, and Google Cloud, Salesforce Cloud, Oracle, plenty of cloud providers we are having. Now these cloud providers are saying it is no more required for any service provider or any product-based companies to maintain, to take up the responsibility of the data center or infrastructure. Next question, what is data center or infrastructure? Anyhow, Nadeem has given a very good definition, very good understanding on it. I'll just put it in a very simple terms. Data center or an infrastructure. Okay. See, the stuff you need, develop any application, and you are placing all these components at one place. That is called an infrastructure or data centers. Okay. See guys, now I'll give you one good example. To develop these applications, this indigo.com, netflix.com, whatever it is, to develop these applications, definitely you need many things, right? What the things you need? You need servers, you need databases, you need networks, right? You need networks, you need disks, you need operating systems in the servers, and you need NSGs, you need IPs, okay, and the list just goes on. Okay, if all these things are ready, if all these things are available, then only you can implement the application. You can develop these applications. Okay, something like if you are cooking some curry, or if you're cooking biryani, for an example, there are many ingredients you need for a biryani to cook, right? You need mutton, you need rice, you need masalas, everything basically. If 2 or 3 things missing, basically you cannot do the, you cannot ready, then only you can start developing the applications, okay, based upon the client need, client requirement. These are basically the ingredients. So till now, before cloud computing came into existence, all these things were completely maintained by the private corporates. Okay, all these things were maintained by these companies. Okay, but now what has happened? These companies were maintaining up to now. But now, after cloud computing came into existence, what cloud providers are saying? Cloud providers are saying that it is no more needed for anyone to pick up all this infrastructure responsibility, to take up all this data centers responsibility. Okay, and when they were, maintaining, when they were taking up the responsibilities of all this infrastructure stuff, then they were having many challenges, many problems. Okay, they have to have a very big teams to maintain, because they have to maintain a separate networking team, they have to maintain a separate, maintain a large big amount. Okay, after, if everything is ready, then only they could able to start the application development. Now I'll tell you, when they were facing these challenges and problems, okay, then it was very problematic for them to develop this application, but still they were doing it. Why? Because they were generating a good corp. Okay, those are this much of challenges and problems developing the applications and all, because everyone wants money, guys, right? Everyone wants to earn money. See, if you take our example, okay, we are also struggling a lot. Okay, if we get a good job opportunity in bank or in Mumbai, okay, you get a very good package. We'll leave our home, our our place. If it's in Hyderabad, we'll do some other thing. And in the same manner, these corporates were having a lot of challenges and problems, but still they were continuing. They were developing the projects. They are taking the biddings, and they were doing it a lot because they were getting a lot of great revenue. So, but after cloud computing came into existence, all their challenges and problems are completely wiped off. Okay, if I put challenges and development and all, so I can divide that into two types, that is capex and opex. What is capex here? Capex stands for capital expenditure. Capex stands for capital expenditure. What is capital expenditure now? Next question. Guys, let me finish the presentation first, then I'll take up your questions as well. Lot of network issues from my end. Is it so? Is it clear now?
Yes, sir.
Is it fine? Maybe for
Okay.
maybe for a couple of seconds it would be. Okay, fine. So I'm just saying about the capital expenditure. So what? Okay, fine. So see, I'm saying that these were the things on which the corporates, means TCS, Infosys, HCL, etc., were investing and taking up the responsibilities to establish the data centers for the first time. Okay, I'll just give you, how does the data center look like? I'll just make you, see here. Taking a line, guys. Okay, this is something like a data center where we are putting all our infrastructure stuff. So here we are keeping data centers, ports, cables, modems, switches, everything we are putting here. So this infrastructure was completely maintained, okay, and taken care by the companies only. But now after cloud computing came into existence, okay, it is no more needed. It is no more needed at all. Okay, now what the cloud providers are saying, the cloud providers are saying directly that we are creating, we have, okay, the cloud providers are saying that we are having our own portal. You just portal, create an account, okay, and start deploying your resources. That's it. Simple, guys. Previously, it was very hard, very challenging for them, to have the servers ready. Okay, they have to ensure whether feasibility is there or not, and then they have to do the shopping, they have to do the assembling, they have to install the operating system. Okay, it will be at least 1 week of time for them to make one server ready for the development team. Now it's completely gone. Just in matter of minutes, you can make the server ready in the portals, in the console. You just have to create an account. Okay, see guys, for everything we are having a portal. For Facebook, there is one features. You come to our platform, you create an account, and you start deploying the resources whatever you want as per your need, or you use the features whatever you want. Okay, there are many features of Facebook, like forwarding, commenting, posting, going live, all these things, blah blah. You can use this only if you are creating an account in Facebook. In the same manner, in Azure portal also, they are saying that come to our portal, create an account in our Azure portal or in our AWS console. Okay, and then you can start deploying the resources. Okay, previously it was very challenging. Okay, but yes, they were doing it because they were getting a lot of revenue and all. But here, after cloud computing came into existence, I have mentioned they were dealing with actually with these two things, that is capex and opex. And opex is what? Opex goes for operational expenditure. And these were the things on which the corporates were dealing with the monthly expenses. We're dealing with the monthly expenses here. Okay. I'll just copy and paste this one. I'll just say these were the things on which the corporates were investing and taking up the responsibilities to maintain or sustain their data centers on monthly basis. Okay, to maintain or sustain their data centers on monthly basis. Okay, is it clear, guys? So as I have got to know, okay, that there is a very short time, the session is about to end in some time, and because of the time constraint, I could not take it in a very detail here. So before I close this session, though it was a very good session from Nadeem side, and even I believe that I have done a great justification with all of you with this Azure cloud computing concept, though there were many things actually I'm supposed to discuss, and because of this time constraint I could not able to. Definitely we'll just schedule one more demo session for sure. Okay, that you will get a notification communication from PSF side, and I'll just wind up this session now. And before I wind up, if anyone is having any questions, any doubts, anything, please ask by unmuting yourself, else you are welcome to ask any questions, guys. Am I audible, guys?
Yes, I just have a question. So
Yeah,
I'm from a network background, and I was planning to move into Azure. Like I also had a knowledge on Microsoft server side, but I haven't worked on it, but I have knowledge. So I was just planning to study Azure. So I was just looking forward to know what the contents are, which path is preferable for my background.
yes. See, in this course curriculum, you are going to learn many modules basically. Okay, So if you are having a networking background, then definitely you are going to learn networking here in Azure. So how to the network, how to deploy the subnets, how to implement the peerings, how to implement the firewalls, how to implement the traffic manager profile, NSG, security rules. Many concepts are there that you can learn in this course curriculum. So which will be definitely, you know, an added advantage and value add for your work profile number. So this course is absolutely relevant for you as per your background.
Okay, thank you.
See, regarding the certifications, guys, there are many certifications that we are having. We are having AZ 900, AZ 104, and AZ 303, like this. So after taking up this course, I can challenge you that you can take up AZ 900 and AZ 104 certification. That is, AZ 900 is for Azure fundamentals. Okay. AZ 900 is for Azure fundamentals, and AZ 104 is for Azure administration. Okay, so after this course curriculum, you can take both the certifications, guys.
Okay, thank you, Vasu bhai.
Yeah, sure. Thank you. Fine. Actually, guys, there were a lot of things for me to discuss with you, to give in my presentation, but because of the time constraint and all, I could not able to make it up. Okay, so next more demo, and officially you would be getting a communication from PSF, and then we can discuss a lot of other things in the first class itself. Is that correct, Nadeem?
Yeah, Vasu. Thanks. It was a wonderful session, and yeah, thanks a lot. And as you said,
yeah, that's fine, Nadeem. Nadeem, I got one question. Let me answer this question as
okay.
well. Okay. Yeah. See, it depends upon your preparation, how it's going to be. Okay, it depends on your grasping. It's not needed for you to read day and night, like how we used to read in engineering semesters and all. It depends upon your grasping. This course curriculum, 80 to 90%, I can say, even 90% is practical. Okay, and I'm going to show you all the demos live in the portal itself only. You would be getting the study material, you would be getting the interview question and answers. Okay, that you have to prepare, you have to read it on your own. Regarding the practicals and all, okay, I'll show you the labs in the class directly on the portal itself only, completely live it would be. There is no concept of presentation and PPTs, especially here in PSF. We'll just show everything live to our students, so that if they see how it's to be developed, how we have to implement, we will make you the complete walkthrough of the Azure portal, and you would be familiar by the end of the course, if and only if you are practicing what all the labs that we are showing on daily basis.
Sir,
Fine.
excuse me, sir. Sir.
And coming to the interviews and all these things, definitely we are here to mentor. Okay, we'll just tell you how you have to prepare the resume and what are the areas that you have to focus on. We are going to give you interview questions even with answers. There are plenty of interview question and answers that you are going to get. This theoretical preparation that you have to do, and for practicing, has mentioned in his presentation, we are having a good lab at PSF. You can practice there as well, and you can practice on your own laptop. Okay, I'll just make you understand. I'll help you to create the Azure subscriptions, Azure accounts, I mean. And once you have an Azure account, then you can start practice.
Sir, excuse me, sir.
Yeah, tell me.
Sir, I am from mechanical engineering background, sir. Sir, can I learn this course? Our
Yes.
companies, yes.
No. See, I'll just tell you, fundamentals and administration you can easily go with, because it's completely based on configurations. Okay. It's completely based on configurations only. See, I'll tell you one thing, guys. If you are understanding your mobile phone, okay, if you are able to open your YouTube, WhatsApp, you are understanding receive call, missed calls and all, then I can ensure you, I can bet you, even you can do this cloud computing also. Because especially for fundamentals, administration and all, 90% of the tasks, 90% of the works that you are going to do in your office is based on configurations only. There are other certifications, other portfolios also in Azure. There you need programming understanding. There you have to have, you know, programming concepts and all. Okay, fine guys, as I have got, yes, we'll continue this in the next session. Okay, it was very nice talking to all of you. Okay, so hopefully we'll meet in the next session and we can take up the further demos presentation and regarding the questions also. Till that time,
Hi,
I'll just,
Vazi.
yeah.
Yeah,
Fine.
I'm having a question. Are you going to tell about only for admin part, or you're going to take about even DevOps also? Hello?
What are you there? I think he
Yes,
has.
yes. Yes, Ilyas.
Yep. Are we going to deal on only Azure admin part, or are we going to deal on even DevOps part also?
Sorry?
Are we going to deal on only admin part or DevOps also?
No, only admin part, no DevOps.
Okay. Actually, I'm from mainframe background. Is it
In admin part itself only there is. Your voice is breaking in between, Ilyas. I can't hear you.
No, actually, I'm from mainframe background. Is this course work for me to change my
Yes,
change
yes,
my domain?
definitely, no doubt. Azure administration is absolutely welcome for any people who are coming from different types of backgrounds also, guys. It's nothing as such. If you are one from particular background, then you cannot go for it. Yes, you can learn and you can join this one. It's not a problem. If you are scared about the coding and all these things, then it's a safe place for you to get a job, to be in the IT industry. We have trained people who are from different, you know, even from banking and sales and marketing backgrounds also.
Thanks.
Yeah. Okay. All right, guys. Then I'll just wind up this session now, and we'll meet up in the next demo class. Nadeem, can I hand over to you, please?
Yeah. So I think we are good here with all the questions, and I think everyone who joined this Zoom link, they already part of the new WhatsApp group of like our cloud course, and we will communicate you in that group our next step. Okay, maybe like Vasu sir, we may require one more demo, maybe because I see many students, they did not join here, so maybe I will talk you offline, and we will connect, and we will update all the students in the group. Okay. Thank you.
Yeah, sure. Yeah. Bye, everyone. Bye.
Thank you. Bye.